Should we begin or should we?
No, let's end.
Open? All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Elf with us, or at least certain scenes of Elf, and bye. It's a really cool effect how the red is just completely lighting up your face.
I'm Christmas now.
Every day like Christmas.
Number 2.
There's room for everyone on the nice list.
Number 3.
The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
It's funny because it's a room full of children, elf children to be specific, learning about Christmas in a school setting, and then also Will Ferrell, just full human adults Will Ferrell.
Yeah, and as a not full human adult Will Ferrell, I can tell you that this is very funny.
Yeah. We're actually the same height, him and I.
Yeah, and he doesn't fit in that. Like, he only one ass cheek fits.
To be fair.
And, like, that's a nice little touch.
That's pretty accurate to how actual school desks work, though. They're always small.
Yeah, and
also he's left-handed.
Dressed like, oh, that sucks.
Well, either he's left-handed or the way that he's sitting, like he can't physically like put his right arm out because he'd probably deck that kid next to him. Like looking at.
I don't think that. I think he might go through the desk because that his weight would go through that while he's writing.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he like the way he's like. I mean,
yeah, because like not that Will Ferrell is probably like Will Ferrell is not a fat person, but just the sheer mass of Will Ferrell compared to the desk.
Yeah, he's also not a twig though. Like he's a decent size, you know. And also like
how much do you think Will Ferrell weighs? Let us know in the comments below.
There's also a chance that he developed a left-hand preference in this way because like he has to do it like that. So like maybe he just like taught himself to be left-handed, which would be pretty cool.
Maybe this is observation or it's actual thing, but every other kid is right-handed.
Yeah,
just just making him that much more different. Because like the real overarching joke is that he's different. Like the song says, he's different. Yeah, he's different.
He's noticeably different too. Pretty much every way.
Except clothing. Like they're all dressed the same. What I want to know is how they who made his clothes, because like they're probably used to making like elven children clothes, but like that means that they had to labor to make him clothes so he would feel like an elf.
Well, I'm assuming it would be the same person who makes Santa's clothes, which would be Mrs. Claus. I don't think that's in this group of clips, but he said that his wife made him his suit, so I'm assuming she also made Buddy his suit, seeing that she knew his like size. Yeah,
but is he taller than Santa? Like Will Ferrell is tall.
Most certainly. And Ed Eisner is not.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it's a lot easier to adjust from Ed Eisner to Will Ferrell than it is from an elf child to Will Ferrell.
Oh, absolutely. Although that would be very funny.
Yeah.
It'd be very funny if Mrs. Claus just made all of the clothes and like that's her job.
It could be. I mean,
do you think Santa has ever gotten divorced in any of the Christmas anythings?
I feel like that was the scrapped plot for the Santa Claus 4.
And one. Does someone need a hug?
That's funny because he was treating the animal like it was domesticized or domesticated. That's the word, right?
Domesticated.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was treating it like it was domesticated when it is in fact a wild raccoon.
Or at the least a feral raccoon.
Yeah. And it attacked him because it was scared, and that's what wild animals do. And he didn't expect that because he lived in the North Pole where everything's a cartoon, like literally a cartoon. Like I'm pretty sure all of the animals that were in the North Pole in this movie were like drawn or computer animated.
Nah, it wouldn't fool me that all of that was like puppets because 2003.
I don't remember, to be honest.
All right, so he lives in the North Pole, right, where it's cold most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I would say colder than the continental North America.
Definitely colder than your average refrigerator.
Yeah. So wouldn't he feel warm in regular elf clothes because his blood would be so thick because it's used to being North Polean?
I'm not sure. That is something interesting, that he never really takes off the suit. He feels comfortable in it the whole time. Maybe he just doesn't know anything else.
Maybe it's a comfort thing. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Because like you're not going to make
have any idea?
You're not going to make this person like multiple sets of clothes, are you?
Yeah, but he would have to wash it. Like, we've seen him shower, so he does take it off.
Yeah. I'm not sure. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.
I just wanted to hug!
So that's funny because it's not something you normally do with a revolving door. Well, it is now because of this movie, but it's not how that normally functions. But he sees the world as a toy and as like this happy and fun place. So that's what he saw in it. So that's what he did.
Well, because his diet consists of candy and hot chocolate, spinning in a circle made him vomit profusely.
Yeah, especially for a prolonged period of time that he did it.
Yeah, that was just the amount of time that we saw him do it. We didn't see any of it before. Yeah. And maybe this isn't the first time that he's thrown up. Maybe he's thrown up and then gone back.
I believe he actually did that in the scene itself. Like they cut it. Like they cut it in this. But I think he does go right back to it.
I've never seen Alf outside the context of these scenes.
Oh.
Passion fruit spray?
Fruit spray? Sure.
He thinks the fruit spray is food.
Or some sort of candy spray. Which does exist.
Like he didn't understand that it was cologne and or perfume.
Yeah. And so it's not something that you usually put in your mouth. So he put it in his mouth and didn't taste good. Probably tasted a lot like chemicals. Because it's made of chemicals.
And it's funny because he didn't immediately call poison control. He just ran away.
Yeah. Good comedy.
Yeah, but it'd probably be good if he did.
Yeah, especially with the big dose that he did for himself.
Yeah, he did 2 sprays, pretty sure.
Yeah, and they were big sprays too.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
And like he was tasting it, so it wasn't like it was like It was like directly down the socket.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So he really must be magical if he survives the rest of the movie, which he does.
Yeah. I heard he doesn't make it through the sequel, though.
I just like to smile. Smiling's my favorite.
Make work your favorite. Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Oh my God! Santa here? I know him. Wait.
It's funny because the employer does not know that he, in fact, knows Santa because he is under the implication that Christopher Kringle is fictional. And so he just believes that Buddy is insane or really into his character.
He's also he also believes that Buddy works there, which he doesn't.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
No, he just walks into the store and he's just like looking around, and the guy's like, why are you here? Why aren't you up working right now? And he's like, he has no idea what he's talking about, so he just gets put to work. And like,
does this movie promote slave wage labor?
No, because it's whimsical. And also, he meets his girlfriend, who is like.
Oh, again, I've never seen it outside the context of this. So I just thought that they were like love interests.
Yeah, he does get told to work, but he also doesn't get paid. So like, I mean, like he doesn't like. I don't know. That sounded worse than I thought it was going to, but like, yeah, no. I guess he is indoctrinated into the company against his will, but against his will, Ferrell, if you will, Ferrell. But yeah.
Oh, I didn't say that I could have said that the raccoon was Ferrell or a Will Ferrell.
Oh, that would have been very good.
Oh, that's on me. Damn it. That's a good joke.
Yeah. Oh well, Ferrell. So yeah. So like the whole thing is that he doesn't like this whole like area that he's in is called the North Pole, but like it's the North Pole of a department store. So like it's like all the Christmas themed like stuff. So like every time he refers to the manager refers to it as the North Pole or like says something about the North Pole, Elf is just like. He knows the North Pole, so like he like corrects it. And so like when the manager announces that Santa's coming, he means like a department store Santa, like someone who dresses up as Santa for photo opportunities and stuff with kids. But Will Ferrell thinks that it's the actual Santa Claus that is coming. A lot of the jokes in this movie are just that he doesn't understand like subtlety and like. He doesn't understand like the nuance of how the real world works because he hasn't been to the real world before. He's lived in the North Pole his whole life. And like he just gets thrown into the real world. So like he just has to deal with that.
Wait. I'm singing. I'm in a store and I'm singing. I'm in a store and I'm singing.
Hey! There's no singing in the North Pole.
Yes, there is.
No, it's not.
We sing all the time.
No, it's not.
Especially when we make toys.
So that's funny because he was singing in a store and the manager of the store came over and yelled at him for that. But like the part of the story he's in, again, it's called the North Pole. So he said there's no singing in the North Pole. And Will Ferrell thinks that he's referring to the actual North Pole again. So he's like, yeah, there is singing in the North Pole because he's from the North Pole, so he would know that. And they'd have a dispute about that.
Yeah.
Half a drink more, the neighbors might think, say, what's in this drink? I wish I knew how to break the spell.
I'll take your hand, your hair.
I ought to say no, no, no.
Mind if I move in?
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
What's the sense of hurting my
I
pride?
really can't stay.
It's cold outside.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
One, he's pacing while she's talking about somebody, the father pacing. It's a nice bit of imagery there. Two, he's being creepy during a creepy song. I'm not sure if that was known in 2003 that Baby's Cold Outside is a creepy song.
Yeah, I don't think people thought that was creepy back then. I think that was more of a 2010s thing.
She's singing a duet, but she's not singing both parts. She's just singing the female part.
Yeah.
Giving him ample space to sing.
Join.
And in this brief moment, Will Ferrell's a good singer.
Yeah, so is her.
The new girl.
Yeah, I know her name, and I just cannot think of it right now.
I couldn't tell you.
I've seen this movie thousands of times, so I definitely know it, and I feel really bad about not knowing it. Because, like, I knew the name of the guy who plays Santa Claus, but, like, I don't know her name. It's like Zooey Deschanel or something like that.
Zooey Deschanel?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit, she's in this movie.
Yeah.
How long has she been acting?
At least since 2003.
I thought she only did... I only thought that she did, like, New Girl.
No, she did this, too.
No.
But, yeah. So they're both good singers, so they...
Yeah, he was also just being in the locker room?
Yeah.
Of whatever, sitting on the sink, just quietly duetting with her.
Yeah, and then like at the climax of the verse, he like full belts it.
And then when he is caught, he runs into lockers at like full speed
instead of running out the door, which is right next to the lockers.
But he couldn't tell because he has his eyes closed.
Santa.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
It's funny because he thinks that that's the real Santa Claus is in fact an imposter.
I mean, he's not. I suppose he's an imposter, but like it's not with malicious intent. He's just playing.
He's still an imposter,
I suppose. But also, he was just as excited as all the kids, even though he's lived with Santa for his entire life. So like,
yeah, if I lived with somebody my entire life, I wouldn't be super excited to see them at a mall.
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't know. I feel like in every single movie that has elves, they have like this like worship thing around Santa. Like he's like their god.
Well, he's the biggest person.
Yeah.
Like both figuratively and literally.
Yeah. He's on top of the world.
North Pole.
Yeah. You got it. You got it. We don't have to explain it.
Ooh. Sucky. Oh, wonderful. Yes. That is marvelous. How oh, it's very sucky. It's very sucky. Woo.
So he's like, again, he's never left the North Pole before, so he was sent to work in a mailroom, and the mailroom has like a chute that like you put the like the tubes into it, and it like sucks it up and sends it to whatever floor the mail needs to go to. And he's never experienced that before, which, to be honest, I've never experienced that before either. But he was very fascinated by it, and like he was like testing to see how, quote, how sucky it was, on the quote, as in like the sucking force of it, not like it being bad. But his coworker, who is very wary of the world, saw that he was doing that, wasn't exactly thrilled about it, was kind of annoyed. And yeah, that's why that's funny.
Well, that's funny because he's dancing and everyone's really hyped around him.
Yeah.
Because one of the secret rules of the North Pole is that you also have to be really good at dancing.
Yeah. And also some extra context, which I'm surprised they didn't include in this clip, is that he's absolutely shit-faced because his coworker brought some sort of liquor or some sort of dark alcohol with him to work that Will Ferrell thought was syrup. So he put a bunch of it in his coffee because he wanted to put syrup in his coffee, but he actually put alcohol in his coffee. So he just got wasted immediately. And like,
oh, so he's loaded.
He's absolutely
and so
loaded.
Is everybody else is here.
At least him and his one coworker.
Which is very, very strange because of how coordinated this dance is.
Yeah.
For being shit-faced.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he stopped the whole workplace doing this dance, so like no one's sending the mail, and like you saw that like the guy was getting heard it over the phone. Like he was like punched into the phone in the room to find out that they were not doing work. So he wasn't happy about that.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Mm-hmm. Also, I feel like it's important for me to tell you that guy that was on the phone, even though you saw him for a split second, is Buddy's dad.
I did know that, James Caan.
Yeah. I felt like I couldn't let you like watch the rest of this not knowing that, because like,
well, he's in another scene.
Is he? I honestly don't know. I mean, I know he's in another scene in the movie, obviously, but
in this, because I'm pretty sure.
To the pit. I'll come visit you in a little while, okay?
I didn't know you had elves working here.
Boy, you're hilarious, my friend. He doesn't. Get back to the story, please. So, on the cover above the title.
Does Santa know that you left the workshop?
You know, we're all laughing our heads off.
Did you have to borrow a reindeer to get down here?
Buddy, you feeling strong, my friend? Call me Elf one more time.
He's an angry elf.
See, this scene works if you know that Buddy is an elf or not, because it's so funny, the delivery. But a real life person, Peter
Dinklage,
right?
Peter Dinklage.
Oh my god, I can't even believe I got Peter right.
Yeah.
Is in the scene with a nice beard, and he is a short man.
Yes.
But being from the North Pole, Buddy just assumes that he's an elf.
Which he's been probably called an elf before as like a derogatory, like people are making fun of him calling him an elf.
Yeah, but Buddy is like genuinely childlike wonder curious. Why is an elf down here? But it's and
like everything he says, like every increasing thing that Buddy says also sounds like an insult, and like that he's absolutely just shitting on Peter Dinklage.
Yeah,
so he's getting real mad about it, and like Will Ferrell just has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, he's like asking legitimate questions in his eyes, and Peter Dinklage is just like, this fucking guy, and like the dad's just trying to be like, he's an elf.
Yeah, but he never gets around to actually saying that. So like he just kind of he tries his best, but like, how do you explain that your son is an elf from the North Pole in like a very quick way to diffuse a situation? You don't. So like, there was no salvaging that at any point. And it's already established in the movie that Peter Dinklage's character has a short temper and is very like... That wasn't... Anyway, he's very like... what's the word I'm trying to think of here? I can't think of it, but like he has his own
quick fuse.
Yeah, quick fuse. He's very set in his ways, and like everything has to be his way, or he's not doing his job. He's just like gonna leave, and he has better business other places, so he doesn't have to deal with people's shit. So the fact that he was confronted by a man calling him an elf. Again, there was no salvaging that situation as soon as it started. Like that was like the end. There was no other way that was going to go. But anyway, at the end of the little clip, Peter Dinklage says to call him elf one more time. Saying if you do that, I'm gonna attack you. And of course, Will Ferrell has like no like scope of saying things in that way. Like he just legitimately thinks that like, oh, he really wants me to call him an elf one more time, so he does. And that's when he famously climbs up on the table and runs and attacks him. Hi.
And welcome to the Theory of Humor's Christmas episode. We did it, everybody. We saved Christmas.
Just single-handedly with both of us. We both used one hand each. I used my right hand.
And I used my left hand.
And together we saved Christmas. You're welcome.
Yes. Today we're going to be watching